Back to Action 2 News at 10. The race to fill an open seat in Wisconsin's 30th Senate District covering Green Bay is one of four in the state considered to be a toss-up. Democrat Jamie Wall is challenging Republican Jim Rafter. Today, Wall announced the endorsement of former Green Bay Packers player and Virginia State Senator Aaron Rouse. The two attended a watch party as the Packers took on the Rams this afternoon. Rouse is in Wisconsin right now campaigning for Democrats up and down the ballot this November. But Wall and Rafter telling us it's important to get stuff done in Madison if elected.
One of the things I hear quite a bit, basically boils down to, for Christ's sake, why can't you folks work together and try to get something done? And that's exactly what I'd like to do if I do win in November.
I have worked with people, Democrats and Republicans, on my village board to focus on getting the job done. We treat each other with respect. I have great relationships with neighboring municipal leaders, county leaders, state leaders.
Rafter tonight also touting his endorsements in the race, which include Brown County Sheriff Todd Delaney and former Green Bay Mayor Paul Jaden.